Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to be looking at Bitcoin and not looking at the recent price action, but speculating on what can we expect from the market, including Bitcoin, but more importantly, altcoins in the coming new year, in Q1 of 2021. We're currently 4 days away from Christmas. We are little less than 2 weeks away from the new year. Things are moving quick, they're moving up fast, and we're looking straight in the eyes of it. So I thought it'd be a fun and I guess more exciting or less exciting, better for worse, video on speculating what the next few months will bring. I believe I did something similar in December, and I feel like not much has changed since that video. However, we'll do an update because we now have a month's worth of new price action to look at. The most important thing when we look at this, when we think of, when we kind of mull over the thoughts of what can Q1 of 2021 bring, is first look at Bitcoin. Now, yes, Bitcoin is down 3-4% for the day. It's lost about over $1,000 in valuation against the US dollar. However, I don't think that changes the macro outlook just yet. It's just one weekly candle, and only this weekly candle was printed, not even 24 hours ago. So, the more important thing to note is that Bitcoin is well above the 20-week moving average. Matter of fact, I believe we're still above, like we're like at 60% above the 20-week moving average, 70% above the 20-week moving average. We can figure out right now the close, we're at 55.89% above the 20-week moving average right now. So there's that to consider. We're well above it. We're also above the prior all-time high. We have done this before in the past, and because of that, we have a sense of how Bitcoin will react. We know that in lieu of breaking the prior all-time high versus after we break the prior all-time high, Bitcoin, the price gets more volatile. The price acceleration, things move a lot quicker and a lot stronger. You can see it, like you can if you want put trend angles on these lines, but these lines I think do enough justice to show the angles are clearly different. If we are to repeat from the bottom to the prior all-time high, from the prior all-time high to whatever, say, well, it's $496,000. So I don't think that's fairly realistic. But let's say I'm a proponent of we're aiming at about 100, 120, 100, 200,000, whatever you want to put it. We put out 112 in a shorter amount of time, say late 2021. That price will get more aggressive more quick than it was in before of meeting the prior all-time high. So there's that to consider. 3 months I don't think is enough to show that price volatility. However, when you do look at the first, say, 3 months of Bitcoin, we see that we had two green monthly candles that gained about 26%, and we had a red candle that loses 10%. So in the span of 3 months, Bitcoin essentially stayed around the same price, give or take, a few $100s. But at the time, a few $100s was a lot. So keep that in mind. The next thing that we'd want to look at is, well, how does this affect altcoins? And the past few months have been terrible for altcoins. Bitcoin has been rallying, which is a great thing. It's been rallying very, very well. We saw a streak of like 8 green weekly candles in a row. We haven't seen that in a very long time, let alone I don't think we've ever seen that. I think this might be the span of after the prior all-time high. I think that meets it. but I'm too lazy to count. However, we look at altcoins. We could take a look at the dominance chart right now. The dominance has not been kind to altcoins. Because of the volatility of Bitcoin, altcoins have been being eviscerated ever since the beginning of September. Altcoin dominance has been waning, losing strength. However, we are currently at that white trend line, which is something to note for the short term. However, for the long term, I would argue that the trend is still down. We are still trending downwards. The trend has not reversed, and the overall semi-macro to macro view of the Bitcoin dominance chart indicates that dominance is dropping. We have yet to break past this resistance, make a higher high, I guess. We are still continuing in this trend, and the trend will continue until it doesn't. What does that make me think of altcoins in Q1? Well, right now, Bitcoin dominance is at a crossroads. At that, with that said, altcoins are also at a crossroads. Does Bitcoin dominance respect the trend and come back straight down, or does it continue up? Now, whether that's Bitcoin crashing or Bitcoin continuing its volatility to the upside and not letting altcoins catch up is remained to be seen. But either scenario would cause the Bitcoin dominance to move up fairly rapidly. If it's the former, then our altcoin positions will continue to bleed even more. However, if it's the latter, then that would indicate that altcoins will have a great beginning of the year, great January to March. And with my kind of drawings here, arbitrary drawings of anticipating longer, dips and rallies within the dominance chart, uh, the, the next box would be roughly 231 days, which would bring us to July, well past Q1. I mean, end of Q1 would be end of March. So we'd still have March, April, May, and June, and so Q2. But keep in mind that these boxes that I've drawn here encapsulate the entire dip, so the fall and the rally. So by March, we could be at around the bottom, and at the beginning of April is when we see the rally of Bitcoin again. Whether that's Bitcoin crashing or rallying, again, remains to be seen. It's quite possible that Bitcoin continues to rally. However, I, for quite a bit of time, for a few months, ever since we got up to this white trend line, have been saying that altcoins will have their day. Altcoins will rally. Altcoins will bounce back. They've always have. And it comes at points of times like these where people are really starting to lose confidence in the altcoin market. But this is around the same time when it's the best buying opportunity for these very coins. And I think a lot of these altcoins are primed for a rally up. We can take a look at them one by one. Ethereum against Bitcoin. Ethereum against Bitcoin has dropped over 30% from the wick to where we are right now. We're dropped about 33.5% against Bitcoin. The RSI is lower than in recent memory, ever since March, around this time. In February, we saw the drop. This is actually where the lockdowns happened, and that flash crash we saw. We're below that on the RSI right now. When we look at Chainlink briefly, Chainlink has dropped over 65% from the wick to where we are now. 67%. It wicked down to about 68%. It's a pretty bad bleed. However, again, Chainlink is getting into oversold territory. We're lower than we ever have been before. I've also contended that prior resistances of local tops on Chainlink become the bottom, becomes the support for the next leg up. And what has happened today, we had wicked down to that level. Basic attention token. We're in this optimal trading channel. We actually went up below it. We know that was a possibility. However, the risk of buying basic attention token is a lot lower here than it is up here. And of course, with Cardano, it is holding pretty steady at the levels after cooling off from the Bitcoin peak. It is in its own new accumulation zone, what it seems to be doing, replicating its time between July 2019 and May of 2020. We seem to be repeating that at a higher level. Litecoin and XRP are two of the same coin. I don't mean that as disrespect. I'm just saying that they react the same way. And all of these altcoins would benefit from roughly the same thing as what I'm talking about with Litecoin and XRP. Bitcoin is over $20,000. Bitcoin is over the prior all-time high. When we see Bitcoin hold this level, Litecoin shoots up. It gives us these giant green candles that we've seen in the past. If you line them up with the dates of Bitcoin, you'll see what I'm talking about. XRP, same exact thing. XRP, whenever Bitcoin goes past its prior all-time high, it shoots a giant green candle, and that's what and those are the things that we look out for. So all these things, every altcoin being oversold, the RSI is low, where Bitcoin is right now, it seems like the stars are aligning. It seems like we're just waiting for that move from Bitcoin, whether it's moving sideways or some kind of catalyst that moves the liquidity from Bitcoin into altcoins. We don't know yet, but all these things make me believe strongly. And again, this is not financial advice, but this makes me believe strongly that Q1 of 2021 is going to be a great 3 months for altcoins. Altcoins are going to rally back. They're going to bounce. We see that Chainlink is at a key support level. We see that Ethereum has been devalued, but this makes it a great buy considering it's the second largest cryptocurrency in the space. Basic attention token Cardano at optimal levels, they're lower than what they were months ago, and because of that, they make them good buy, like more cheaper options. Litecoin and XRP. XRP has rallied, yes, but I mean, at this moment, you guys, when Bitcoin is above its prior all-time high, to me, it's worth the gamble of holding a little bit of XRP, waiting for this move. Okay, waiting for that move. Same thing with Litecoin. I don't have a position in Litecoin, but same kind of idea. It could be worth the gamble to buy a small position and waiting for these moves up and then selling quickly. With that said, I think Q1 is going to be a very special month for altcoins, and I don't know how you can convince me otherwise. Unless Bitcoin crashes past the 20-week moving average, that's kind of my outlook on it. Altcoins have always bounced back, just like how Bitcoin always bounces back. They go through these cycles every single time. There hasn't been one time where altcoins failed to disappoint to some degree. Even when Bitcoin shoots up, even when Bitcoin crashes, altcoins still rally to some degree at some point in time. The money that was poured into Bitcoin goes back into altcoins, and then goes back into Bitcoin, and goes back into altcoins, and so on and so forth. It has always worked like that. And you can't tell me that this time is going to be different. I don't think so. My money is what the trend suggests. My money is on what has happened in the past. Unless something life altering changes happen, which rarely do, then this is my portfolio of how it is, which is now more weighted heavier on altcoins than it was in the past. This is what I'm going to be holding my portfolio into Q1. So let me know in the comments down below what your portfolios look like. If you do like this video and the other videos that I make on this channel, be sure to hit the like button down below and also consider subscribing. I will see you all next time. Take care. Bye-bye.